starting out with the most beautiful. Where were you born? And talk a little bit about like your earliest memories. So your mom, your dad, and like the situation you were born into, where you were born into, just your origin.
My origin. I was born in Parma, Ohio. Lived in Parma for 2 years.
I'm going to interrupt. You now have to go back through all of your online accounts and change your security questions because now people are going to know, where was I born? Parma, Ohio.
Yeah, Mom, what's your maiden name? What's the last four of your social security number? And really quick, pardon, you will hear dog bone gnawing and then potentially dog barking, but this is reality, folks.
But that's just a habit Jake can't seem to quit. So
Gnawing on bones, my favorite pastime.
So, earliest memories. Wow.
So,
I've often said being from a divorced family, and I've talked to other people my age that come from divorce, it's hard to remember anything pre-divorce.
So let me ask you this way then. So your mom and dad, what was their situation? And name them before you came into the picture, because you're the oldest of your siblings, really just one that you don't really talk to, but then you also have another sister, technically stepsister. So maybe you can talk about
often said the greatest gift that I've ever gotten from anybody was from my mom and my stepdad. I got a sister that best thing happened.
And so, but talk a little bit about Grandma and PJ. So PJ being Papa Jim.
Right.
Not the schmuck.
he just looks like your grandpa.
He just looked like a Papa Jim.
I was like,
no,
who called me? Who called me?
So my dad, he comes from a family that were all German. Up to my dad, everybody was 100% German. And then he marries my mom and we become mutts. But my mom is also, I'm like 3/4 German, Bohemian, and Hungarian.
And how much Jewish?
This much Jewish. And sometimes that comes out a lot more than anything else.
No, sticks out far, huh?
I see a penny.
Where? But my dad was basically a hooligan. You know, what he could do to get into trouble around Strongsville, Ohio.
Is that what you called women trouble?
No, he would set roads on fires to see the volunteer firemen to come and catch those. But he was also loved his horses, did barrel racing, was called by one of the governments or city. They had some wild mustangs. He's actually had a picture in the Plain Dealer with him rounding up wild horses that were still roaming at that time. And you don't think about like the 1960s that there would be
Wild horses
just roaming.
And in a lot of places, kind of a nuisance, right? That they would be damaging to nearby, like farmers and.
I don't know if it was a nuisance as much as a hazard, maybe, because the roads are starting to get traveled more. There's a story. Part of my dad being a hooligan is that they were drinking one night and they were driving along. Uncle Mel had to open the car door to help not feel so sick. They turned a corner. Uncle Mel's still on the corner, and they're up, Bob the Big Boy up in Brunswick before they realized that
Mel had fallen out of the car.
Mel had fallen out of the car.
And so this is your Uncle Mel, right?
Uncle Mel.
Yep.
The only one of the brothers left.
And so.